Hello and welcome to ECON5335 MBA International Economics. My name is Patrick Crowley. I'm the instructor for this course. It's a College of Business course. The prerequisite for it is ECON5311, Foundations of Economics. And for the picture on the screen there is of two cargo ships, and they were heading off the coast of Spain, close to Gibraltar, when I was on a cruise a few years ago. So the course title is International Economics. As part of this course, I'm going to ask you to submit a profile with this info on. It's part of your grade, and the deadline will be in Blackboard. And what I'm going to be asking you are things like where you're from, what year are you in, what's your degree, is it an MBA or a Mac? For most of you it'll be an MBA, I assume. What economics courses have you already completed before? That includes 5311, of course. I'm going to be asking you that. So I'm going to be asking you to do a profile of that. Now, who am I? I'm a professor of economics here at the College of Business. I've been here in Corpus Christi now for 20 years. I'm originally from the UK. I'm kind of a rarity in economics because I went into the private sector after doing my master's degree and worked in the private sector in the UK, in the City of London, for a while before emigrating to Canada. In Canada, I worked for one of the big 5 banks there before deciding to go back and do my PhD at McGill University in Montreal. So I do speak French as well as English, but I prefer that you do the course materials and submit any assignments in English, please. At any rate, I've lived down here now, as I said, for 20 years. I've got a close association with Finland. The first sabbatical I took, I actually went to the Bank of Finland in Helsinki. So I've been back there several times, and most of my research gets published in the discussion paper series. So if you Google me, you'll see that. At any rate, that's really who I am. My specialties are international economics and macroeconomics and monetary economics. So I also teach courses at the undergraduate level in money and banking, and an international course, and the intermediate macro, and sometimes I also do the principles of macroeconomics at the undergraduate level. But this is the only graduate course that I teach. This course is a business topics-based course. I try and introduce business into it. In fact, this is the first time this course has been taught online. So there's probably going to be some hiccups and problems. That's inevitable the first time you teach a course, so please be patient, and feel free to email me or get in contact with me anytime with any problems or concerns. Now, international economics itself is roughly divided into 2 parts. The first part is what we call international trade. The second part is what we call international finance. Now, this international finance isn't really international finance in the sense of being a finance course. It is what economists call the kind of macroeconomic part of international economics. So trade is really the microeconomic part, and finance is really the macroeconomic part. That's the way to think about it. There is a course outline. You can find it on Blackboard 9, and I would urge you to read through the course outline in some detail and familiarize yourself with the content of that, because that really is the contract I have with you for this course. By the way, given that this, as I said, is the first time this has been taught online, I may have to do some course outline revisions, in which case I will do those and post those revisions to Blackboard and email you all when I do that. I don't think this applies to us because this is about class disruption. This is an elephant disrupting the traffic in the Addo Elephant Park in South Africa. And this is the largest, by the way, concentration of African elephants, actually of elephants, period, elephants in the wild. And sometimes they really do disrupt the tourists going to look at them. But this is an elephant just picking up some dirt and throwing it on his back, and he's going to have a roll in the on the ground in a minute as kind of a body scrub. That's how elephants actually get rid of their dead skin. Plagiarism, this is elephants copying off each other. I don't think this will be a problem in this course, but I'd rather you do the work, the assignments, in particular online assignments, by yourself and not with someone else. So I'd rather you didn't copy, please. And in any case, it is against university rules to plagiarize your work. In other words, to present the work of your work as and copy from someone else. I will have office hours. There'll be WebEx office hours, and they'll be on Monday from 11 to 2. I urge you to join me for those if you have a question or you just want to chat about the content, etc. I will have physical office hours as well, 11 to 2 on the it's 11 to 1 on the Monday, 11 to 2 it'll be on the Wednesday, and those are physical office hours. So but they're detailed in the course outline. As for the course materials, I was hoping to have been able to have you basically use chapters from my textbook, and I was hoping to have completed my textbook by now, but it wasn't ready in time, and looking at the amount of work I would have to do that, I realized that this course was never going to get put together. So I'm adopting a widely used international economics textbook instead. It's by Thomas Pujol, and it's called just International Economics. It's usually used at the undergraduate level, so I'll be supplementing it with other materials for you to read to make it into more of a master's degree course. Also, and this is not compulsory, it's optional, but the Wall Street Journal has a really good offer at the moment. The cost is $1 per week for access to the paper, which is published 6 days every week. And there is something called Context, which I'll be using in the course to try and give you some context relative to articles that have been published in international economics. The textbook itself isn't going to be an e-textbook, or else you can get a hard copy of the textbook. That's up to you. But there will be an e-copy of the textbook available. And the Wall Street Journal is optional. It's not very much. It only comes to $12, but I realize some of you are cash strapped, so I don't want to force you to have to take this subscription, but you might find it useful and interesting if you do. And not just for this course, for many of your other courses as well. So just to summarize, office hours, remember, are for you. So I will be on WebEx for those office hours on Monday, 11 to 1. And, feel free to drop in to those. Also, for my physical office hours on Wednesday, 11 to 2. Do ask questions if the material is difficult. Some of this material is quite challenging. I'm very patient, so I'm willing to, spend the time with you to go through it. That's not a problem. If you're going to miss class for legit reasons, in other words, if you're not going to have the class material, the course material, I should say, it's not really missing physical class, but missing the course material submission deadlines for legitimate reasons, then you need to catch up. But also you need to tell me. So please inform me if there's a problem, like if you get hospitalized or get arrested or there's a family emergency or an unfortunate death in the family that you need to deal with, and it means you won't be able to submit the materials, then I'm very understanding and I can give you an extension for those types of things. Okay. Good luck with the course, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. I hope I do too. Thank you for listening.